ready for a presentation today about Ariel de the blindfold tattoo artist of TikTok. It is a strange story, and I am looking forward to going through it with you. You rarely find accounts like this anymore on the internet. Everything is so cultivated and curated. You rarely find something that's just completely feral. So let us begin. First of all, we have some background information. Ariel is based in Fort Worth, Texas, a state that has almost no regulation on tattooing. That may come into play later. She claims that she tattoos for Christ, whatever that means. She also does $40 piercings, which in comparison seem much more expensive than expected. I guess she doesn't want to do those as much. Her shop does pay your age days. That's a nice way of encouraging really young people to come in and get god-awful tattoos as well. And she does $100 blindfold tattoos and $160 cover-ups, regardless of what's being covered, the size, whether you've had laser on it. For those of you who've never had a tattoo cover-up, a lot of the time, if you want a good cover-up on a dark tattoo, you need to get laser tattoo removal to lighten the area so it can be properly covered. So she will take whatever and cover it up. What you asked for. What you got. Now, I will say it's worth bearing in mind that the original tattoo was most certainly not $100 piece of work. It is also very, very, very poor show to come in just with a picture of somebody else's work and then it's stealing. And here we have, this is the tattoo that was stolen and this is her version of it. And if we just compare the fingers, right? What in the sausage tip is that? The issue I generally find with her tattoos is the longer you look at them, the worse they get. The vibe is there. And then you look at this guy's nose, and then you look at whatever the hell that is. What is that? It looks like a wee me nose. And then you look at this one, and you look at the central line of the entire tattoo, and it's so wobbly. On we go. She once did 10 cover-ups in a day. Spartan helm? Yeah. Okay. Look at the teeth on that sugar skull. And then we've got, what's this going to be? It's a sort of mauve rose. I've never seen a flower that color. I don't know what, is she diluting her ink to make it go further? Oh God, what have you done? Okay. I mean, that's an abomination as well. What is that? What is it? So it was Jesus. It was a wonky Jesus, and then he had a crucifix, and then it had a crown on it. And yeah, I get why you want to get that covered. What's that? Free Joe. Yeah, Free Joe. Oh no. That's hideous. No, you can't cover that. No, because that's not a cover-up. That is on a good day what you call a blast over, which is where you put another tattoo atop of, and they show through, right? You can still see it completely. That is a crime. FBI, the way that she didn't like this, and the way that she could have taken this into another artist and had them put color and shading on it, because it does look like a frigging cabbage here. But rather than using that already good line work, you can see all the lines poking through. What we can take from this is she is not willing to put her customers first, given that 10 cover-ups in a day, it doesn't matter how talented you are, by the end of that day, that is not your best work. That is such a long day.
I understand that you're getting tattooed by a 13-year-old, right? Yes.
Excuse me?
That's so bad. Obviously, would I ever come for a child's drawing ability? No. That is crazy. To see your child doing drawings like this in their notebook and go, yeah, I think you should be tattooing people. That's a fine picture for a 13-year-old to draw. Why not? It is not appropriate for somebody with that level of artistry and understanding to tattoo someone, let alone a paying customer, let alone while you're 13. we have some beautiful music from her as well.
Give me 2 tattoos. I need to feel my body. Yeah, I need to feel the tube. Give me 2 tattoos. I need to feel the needle. That's why I'm being rude. Give me 2 tattoos. I need to feel my body. Yeah, I need to feel the tube. Give me 2 tattoos.
What in the turkey teeth is that? What? I could not stop singing. Give me 2 tattoos. What else is she doing here?
My God's again.
Oh my god.
My God's again.
Just take, like, let's have another take on that one. Do you know what I mean?
My Lord's a gangster.
Girl, there are already biblical songs. Sing one of those quietly in the back pew of the church. That was horrific. I hated that. That was a crime against my ears. She does not believe in proper tattoo hygiene. Sorry for the foot jump scare. This is the thing, right? When it comes to tattoos, is one of the trainings that you need to have is a blood-borne pathogen training, because what you don't want is someone's blood oozing out of this big open wound on your body, and then that just sitting on there, and then somebody else coming in an hour later, and their body with their open wound getting your ooze in it. Good news. She also uses AI for her designs. This friggin' tattoo has 3 sets of teeth. What is that? Everything about this tattoo is so janky, so lumpy, so the chunks coming out of it. It looks awful, but those teeth you cannot live down. Why has it got so many teeth? That's disgusting. And like, as an artist, you should at least go, wait a second, that's more teeth than I've seen somebody have. That's too many teeth. And like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that somebody is churning through this many tattoos in a day. So this guy probably came in and said he likes music, he likes skulls, or he likes like badass shit and something else that didn't get involved. But like, truly, this just shows such a diabolical level, like a lack of care for the people that you are tattooing, which is not a shock given that she lets a 13-year-old tattoo people. She posts tutorials, Lord knows why.
What's up, you guys?
How to freehand a feather. The tattoo took 12 minutes. That's crazy. I've never, ever, ever seen somebody freehand a tattoo that didn't involve at least sketching it out on their arm in advance. I have seen people freehanding tattoos in terms of like, they will draw it on with a biro, not a biro, like with a marker pen with like a felt tip, right? And go, this will go around here, this will go around here, and it won't be like the full stencil. I have never seen someone just take to the arm.
But I'm making little wispies, like little, like, I don't know, like.
She doesn't know because she doesn't know. This is her tutorial. I don't know, I do a squiggle and then I do just some other squiggles.
I don't know
and
how to
she's just
explain how I
scrubbing
do
away
it.
at people
You
with
just
dry
have to watch.
tissues. I mean, if somebody is
between colors.
paying her $100 for this, that is criminal. This is a crime against skin. This is so grotty.
Or something bold like this, using a 9-liner, I like to stay in the middle at it.
Why does she like to stay in the middle? She's saying, oh yeah, for something bold like this, you would want a thicker needle, but I'm not going to use it because I always use the same one, doesn't matter what I'm doing. Because I don't care about how it comes out. All right, let's see that. Should we get to the finished job? Oh my God, what the hell? What?
Whatever it may have been.
It's gonna have color too? She's just scrubbing it in. No color theory, no concept. It looks like a bruise. Some of her best work. Okay, I'm excited for this. So I think we're covering this up, which is kind of sad. Forever in my heart. Not for very long, I guess. I mean, I think this looks like a real scratch job. It doesn't look good. So we've got pour, forever in my heart, the date, another date, a donut. What in the clackers is that? Okay. Oh my God. No. And the thing is, knowing how fast she tattoos, we know this is only like 5 times speed. No. Look at those teeth. What is going? And none of it's covered. You can still see it. This is bad.
What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
You like the glitter?
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah.
I don't think that she is happy. And I think she knows that is never going to be able to get covered up. She does not think it's good. No way is this the reaction of someone who's excited.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
So what is going on?
Subjects for this one are here.
Halloween horror and realism.
Halloween horror and realism. You got it, babe.
Yeah.
No! I'm not gonna lie, watching this go on somebody's like lovely, clean, delightful arm, watching this happen is like, it is horror. And she posts this. This is her saying, come look at my arm. Who's that even supposed to be? Annabelle? It looks like Jigsaw after a change of life. Girl, what is that? Honestly awful. It's got a bowl cut. Oh God, it looks so bad. This poor woman's arm, I'd be so upset. Look at her face! That is not the face of somebody who's having a good time. The only benefit that people have to seeing how terrible these tattoos are is I would heal this as badly as possible. I would heal this with the intention of letting every single bit of ink that could fall out. And then I would laser any bit of it that I could, which, by the way, is not that much of it, because do you see all this white ink? Because she has no goddamn respect for her clients. And then I would get some big piece of art to cover it. I have a huge dark tattoo. Oh my God. Leave it. This is literally fine. Like, okay, it's a tiny bit cringy to have resilient all the way down your spine, but you know what? You are resilient because you managed to survive a spinal tattoo, all right? English.
Remember the 3 subjects that you chose?
3 subjects. Watercolor, Tim Burton, but I don't know what the first one was. Watercolor, Tim Burton spinal tattoo? Like, would you want Johnny Depp's cock down your back? Ugh! That was an absolute jump scare. It's not even remotely covered either. Squiggly wiggly, wiggly wiggly. It's just there. The way that she's just tried to add like extra shading in places to try and disguise the line. That's not the face of someone who's happy.
Obviously. You're welcome.
The way she covers it up immediately. The way that the only shots of that she showed us were it going in and out, in and out. You know that one was bad. Ugh! What in the cock nose, cock finger? What is that? The more you like look back and forth, the more you're just like, oh my God. This is not an easy cover up. What are you about to do to this woman? Okay, before. Oh my God. No. You cannot do that to people. You can't just do that. Can you imagine walking around the rest of your life with that on your arm? There's no covering that. It's huge. It's dark. You'll never laser it off.
Floral,
oh no.
and steampunk. Okay. Have you ever asked anybody to get this covered up?
Mm-hmm.
How much did they charge you?
Well, they told me that I would have to have it removed, lightened, before they could even touch it.
Yeah. Because that is the standard. It is straight up infuriating, right? It is actually infuriating. The thing is as well, on her Facebook page, she shows other people's tattoos. So people who find her on Facebook don't know what her work looks like, and they just see good prices and nice enough tattoos and go, great, I'll get one of those. Then you come out with this. Not only can you still see the original tattoo, you can still see it, but why is it that color? Why does she do every single flower this sort of mauve color?
Isn't it gorgeous? Bunch of butterflies. He said, yo, I went to the butterfly garden. And I was like, oh my God, that's perfect.
That is so bad. Texas, sort out your tattooing licensing, please. A request from Sophie. And I think that's the end. Oh my God, thank God that's the end. I was hitting the end of my psychological ability to look at any more of her tattoos.